Lesson 14. La word yo. Hello, ¿qué tal? Today nosotros go con una word tiny but very powerful. Una word de only 2 letters que, however, carries everything que you eres inside. That word es yo. Yes, yo. That short, that simple, that huge. Let's give una complete turn. Does that sound good? Let's start con lo most common. Cuando you say yo, you estás talking de yourself. Es la word que nosotros use to point a nosotros, without having to point a nosotros con el finger. Yo work en una office near del center. Yo am hungry. Yo think que it is going a rain. Every time que yo comes out de your mouth, you estás putting yourself en el center de la sentence, as el main character de lo que you tell. Now, notice something very curious de español. In very many languages, saying yo before el verb is required. In ours, no. You can say yo work en una office or simply trabajo en una office, and it is understood lo same because la ending del verb, that final o de trabajo, already sings by itself que el que works soy yo. Por that, cuando un Spanish speaker says yo the truth, almost always doslo con una intention, para emphasize, para contrast, para make clear que es él y no another. Look, you wash los dishes y yo dry. Ver that yo weighs because está opposing a el you. Or also, yo no have been, yo suerlo a you. That yo stands firm, like saying el guilty one está en another part. Another beautiful thing, la word yo no changes form whether you eres on man or woman, child or grandfather, tall or short. Yo es yo para everyone, no has feminine nor masculine, no has plural de its own. When several talk together, nosotros no longer say yos, nosotros say nosotros or nosotras. That is la whole family de los pronouns de la first person, and is good to have la close. Yo, when yo talk de me alone. Nosotros, when yo talk de me and others. Nosotras, when that group es de women, or de women, y yo, if yo also soy una woman. And to complete la picture, remember a sus cousins. Tú, para la person con quien yo talk. Él or ella, para someone de quien yo talk. Vosotros or vosotras, if yo estás en España talking a un group. Ustedes en América or informal situations. Y ellos or ellas para several absent people. Yo opens that list. Es el number 1 del team. Now, there are other hidden forms de yo que is good to recognize because son part de its same family. When something happens a me, yo no longer say yo say me. Me hurts la head. Me likes el chocolate. When someone goes conmigo, yo no say con yo. That sounds very weird. Yo say conmigo. Come conmigo a el parque. Y when yo talk de something que is property de mí, yo use me con accent. Es para mí. Think en mí. Look qué interesting. Me con accent is el pronoun, el que comes after de una preposition, while me without accent is el possessive, el que goes in front de una thing, like mi house, mi dog. Small trick to tell los apart a el ear. If after la word comes una thing, es el me without accent, el que shows possession. If la word está alone, receiving la action, es me con accent, el close relative de yo. Speaking the accents, watch out con another little trap. La word yo no has accent, never. Es una syllable alone, and is written clean, without decorations. No confuse-la con its relative el, que yes has accent when is un pronoun, to distinguishlo del article el. Yo no has that problem, because there is no other word que looks like le. Yo is unique. Y now let's move al second meaning, que es more philosophical, more the thinking looking al ceiling. It turns out que yo can also ser un name, un noun. Cuando nosotros put el in front de it, it becomes una thing, el yo. El yo is built through las experiences. Here, nosotros are no longer talking de una specific person, but de that que nosotros carry inside, that little inner voice, that que makes us ser ourselves y no another person. Los philosophers y los psychologists have been studying el yo por centuries, qué es, where it lives, how it forms. If you want, you can say things like, yo have que take care of mi inner yo, or that man has un yo very big, which is una nice way de saying que is very proud, very full of himself. Y in plural, yes it exists, los yoes or los yos, although almost only los books de philosophy use los. You are not going to hear that form en the street, calm down. Yo tell you una little story para que this sticks well. Imagine a Mateo, un boy de unos 10 years que returns del school con a long face. His grandmother Peppa receives-lo en la kitchen, smelling a toasted bread y a fresh coffee. La grandmother asks-le qué happens a him, y Mateo, frowning, blurts out a her. Es que la teacher says que yo speak very little, y yo no soy shy, grandmother. Yo only think before speaking. La grandmother laughs quietly, puts una slice de bread con honey in front of él, y answers. Look, Mateo, yo also era like that de little. Yo listened a lot, yo watched, y cuando yo opened la mouth, everyone paid attention a me, because lo que yo said was worth la pain. Mateo looks up y por la first time en la afternoon smiles. La grandmother adds slowly, Your yo is yours, my love. No one can tell you how it has que ser. Y there, in that tiny kitchen, con olor a honey, Mateo understood las two faces de la word. El yo que says who does las things y el yo que keeps who uno es inside. Let's go con un curious fact que a mí me loves. La word yo comes del latín ego, que also meant yo. Por el way, los speakers wore la down like una little stone en el river. Ego became eo, then yo. Curious, right? En italiano, ellos say io. En francés, je. En portugués, eu. En rumano, eu also. Todos son little children del same ego latino, but each uno dressed differently. Y de that same ego, nosotros have left en español words like egoísta, que es el que only thinks en his own yo, or egocéntrico, que puts his yo en el center of everything. Notice how una word of two letters has una family so big. Another nice fact, in some areas del Caribe y de Andalucía, when la people speak fast, yo sounds almost like sho, or yo con una Y stronger, depending de la region. En Argentina y Uruguay, that Y becomes una SH soft, y yo sounds something like sho. Es la same word, el same meaning, only que dressed de another form depending del neighborhood where was born el que speaks. Y yo leave you un pair de affectionate expressions con yo que you are going to hear around. Yo, repeated 3 times, usually says lo someone que complains de another person very conceited. Always talks de yo. Y the little phrase que lo doy yo, said con un sigh, means que a uno le touches to do all el work, poor thing. Also está ni yo mismo lo know, que is said when something is so complicated que ni el que speaks understandslo. Un detail de pronunciation before closing. La Y de yo es pronunciada similar a la L en la mayoría del hispano world. In careful mouth, it sounds like una E soft, pressing la tongue up.
En el South de España y en many American countries, that E becomes stronger, almost like una Y well marked. Y la O final is always clear, round, without stretching nor closing. Yo, short y al grano. Quick summary before saying goodbye. Yo es el pronoun que you use para talk de yourself. No changes por gender nor anything, y many times is omitted en español because el verb already says everything. Nosotros leave lo in when nosotros want to emphasize or contrast. Its family includes me, mi con accent y conmigo, y es acompañado de tú, él, ella, nosotros y los other pronouns del team. Y also con un él in front, yo becomes un noun, el yo, que es that inner part yours que makes you ser who you eres. No has accent, comes del latín ego, and has relatives in many sister languages. Y con that already you have una word more well stored. Take great care of yourself, keep practicing, and we'll see each other in the next lesson. Agreed?